Going on, y'all? This is episode 4. Four of them things. Four of them. Episode 4 of the Liquid Courage podcast. I'm your host, founder, co-host, moderator, everything. It's all me. It's me, Haj. How y'all doing? Hope everybody who comes in tonight, y'all good. Hope everything's good for everybody. Before we get into it, y'all already know this is a Philly fan. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan first. Everything else come after. I don't really got much to say about the Eagles. So if you come in expecting me to talk about the Eagles, I really don't have much to say today. Now, with that being said, we have some shit to talk about. If y'all have questions, comments, concerns, y'all have any questions y'all want to add, I'm gonna make sure. Let me put this in the chat. Hashtag Courage Corner. So, hashtag Courage Corner in the chat. If you have a question that you want to ask, if you don't be trolling, if you have a real question, comment, concern that you want to ask, hashtag Courage Corner in the chat. I'll get to it when we get to the Courage Corner section, which is always going to be towards the end. So that's something we're trying to incorporate into the chat. So let's get into it. I'm gonna talk about the Eagles really quick. I ain't really got much to say. Now that the season's over, shout out to the Chiefs again. Let's get on to next year. Let's be on the up and up. Let's start the season off right. Things I would like them to add, probably maybe a linebacker. Our linebacking core is kind of weak. Add some depth on the defensive line. If Jason Kelsey don't come back, we got to get a replacement for him, but I think we're going to be fine. We always have had a good O-line historically, so hopefully we continue that trend. Maybe a running back, like a bruiser. I think that'll be cool. I think that'll be fine. We got a new offensive coordinator, so we'll see. Let's hopefully we can get back to that dominance, that greatness we were in the year before, and we'll be on to something. That's all. That's really all I got to say about football, NFL football anyway, in general. That's just my little tidbit. I had to hit the Eagles. Of course, we had to get them a little homage. I had to talk about them real quick. But that's it. That's really it. That's all I got for them. Now, let's get into what happened last night. I got a little bit of a rant that I'm going to get into, but we just going to get through it as we get through it, and we just going to kind of leave it at that. Now, with that being said, let's go. NBA All-Star Weekend has officially started. It started on Friday. Friday was the it's always usually like the young player showcase. So, all the up and coming young players, they get in the game, they get to do their thing. I didn't really watch that game. I traditionally don't really watch that game, not because it's boring or anything like that. I just always got something going on where Fridays never aligns for me, right? Which is fine. That's awesome. And it's in indie, so I'm glad that some of the indie players got the showcase. They got the spotlight that they deserve. Cool. I'm getting text messages like, of course, right? As soon as you start podcasting, you start getting all the messages on your phone. All right. We good. Anyway, so then Saturday is usually when, at least for me, that's when I'm the most tuned in, is on Saturday, because you have the skills challenge, the 3-point challenge, the dunk contest. Those are usually the three things for me. I'm like, wait, these are dope. It's an exhibition. That's what the All-Star game is. It's a complete, it's an exhibition of the weekend, right? I think that they need to switch. Let me backtrack a little bit. Just going back as a whole, as a weekend, as a whole of the weekend, etc. Like, I thought it was cool. I thought the Saturday night events were cool. The All-Star game is today, actually, in a couple hours. I'm probably gonna watch it, but it's not gonna be on stream. If I do watch it on stream, it's gonna be only on Kick. I'm not gonna do it on YouTube because your boy not trying to get strict. Okay. Anywho, looking back on the entire event, I think that they should probably switch the All Star, the 3-point contest and the dunk contest. They should switch them as the last event for the day. The reason why I say that is because usually you want to end the night off with a bang, and I think that as of the last couple years, the all not All Star game. I don't know why I want to keep saying that, but the 3-point contest and the dunk contest, like one has been significantly more hyped than the other one. So I think it's time to switch. The dunk contest is like more of a legacy type of thing, and I'll explain both of those why, and then I'll kind of get into it, a little bit of a ranty rant. Let's start with the 3-point contest, right? The 3-point contest was lit. If anybody watched the 3-point contest, there were like 4 players who got 26, who scored a 26 on the 3-point contest, which means they were shooting. They were shooting. Which, shout out to Dame Lillard. He is the back-to-back 3-point champion. He won off of literally the last shot. He literally came in hot, and then he only needed to make one shot on the last rack, and he literally came in. He missed all of them. He missed all of them, and then he hits the last shot. Like that's hype. Like whether whatever, showmanship, whatever. Like that was hype. That was crazy. You know what I mean? So stuff like that is what you need to end off the night. So I think that's why they should switch them for sure, for sure. Other ways to add to the 3-point contest. Here's where my rant goes, right? I'm gonna say it again. Let the women shoot. Let the ladies shoot. WNBA players should be in the 3-point the 3-point contest, not the dunk contest. They should be in the 3-point shootout. And I'm gonna tell you why. This weekend is an exhibition. That is it. I'm not saying they should play in the All-Star game. What I'm saying is they should be able to shoot. Doesn't matter. It's a ball. They can shoot. I posted a short talking about this a little bit last night, and I seen the comments where people were being like, misogynistic and being like weird and all that stuff, and they were talking about, oh my god, like you're being a simp, or like being the lingerie league and blah 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 blah. Like, shut the fuck up. Let's be real. Shut up. The reality is, it's a ball. You can just switch the balls. Let all the men shoot, switch the ball, let all the girls shoot. The women shoot. Sorry, excuse me. Let all the women in the WNBA shoot. It's not a big deal. Let them shoot. It'd be different. And the reason why I feel like this, right? It's not that we're saying let them play in the All-Star game. We're not saying that. Let them shoot. They're talented enough to shoot. I'm not gonna lie. There was a point in time in my life where I was dumb, and I used to think like, oh, just lower the rim, blah blah blah. I used to say shit like that, like lower the rim. And the reason where my perspective came from is like, look, what used to be the most entertaining thing to do in the NBA was what? The dunk. It still is pretty entertaining to do. But shout out to Steph Curry. I give Steph Curry a lot of credit for this because, and this why when it's all said and done, he'll be in that GOAT discussion. He's not my GOAT, but he's in the GOAT discussion because I'm big on people who change the game, how the game is played, how it's refereed, etc., etc. Understand the game on another level. So I'm thinking about like players like Shaq, like court GOAT points, like they created a zone to stop him. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. I'm thinking about things like that. Steph Curry, literally the way he's shooting threes at the clip that he's shooting them, the way he shoots them, all of that stuff is so like otherworldly, and like it takes a lot of skill to do it. It really does. But a lot of people are thinking about Steph Curry and they're like, look, if I practice hard enough, I can probably do some of that. But if you're thinking about like a LeBron compared to like a LeBron who's 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", 260, however tall, he's dunking, coming down lane, dunking. Like, you know what? Some people like, look, I'll never be able to do that. But if I'm 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", 5'11", I can shoot. If you work hard enough at it, you can shoot. Period. Now, I'm not saying you're gonna be Steph Curry because that's his gift, but like the shooting. You know what I mean? So now this has created all this hype behind the 3-pointer. Then you have, these women, these girls that's coming up that can shoot. They can fucking shoot. That's the truth. And I seen someone in my comments, like, shout out to you, who I don't remember your name, but shout out to you that you were in my comments. And you were like, he said something about like that the girls aren't just as skilled as the guys. Like, are you trying to tell me that if Sabrina, the one who shot in the 3-point contest versus Steph Curry, if she was to shoot up against a Scotty Barnes or I don't know, a lot of those dudes. I'm not even just trying to call out Scotty Barnes. I'm not trying to call out Scotty Barnes at all. But what I am saying is that there are a lot of dudes who would have went up against her in that 3-point contest and they would have lost. That's the truth. That's 100% the truth. Like, let's just be real. Anybody who's talking about like that it's not the same, like, you're not being real. Yes, Kenny Smith, I'm talking to you. You were being a hater all night. Kenny Smith, you are a hater. And I don't know when you start being a hater, but you need to stop. You need to get that bad energy about you because you've been a hater. You were hating all night. And I got tired of hearing you. I literally was just like, bro, he's being a straight hater. And then you waited until the girls got like, oh yeah, lower the rim or get in a different ball, blah, 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 blah. Like, bro, you're being a hater. Like, the fact is, she got the 26. If she would have shot with the men in that, she would have been competing to go to the second round. I'm just being real. Fucking let them shoot. What is the worst thing that can happen with letting them shoot? It would have been lit. You got the women there. You got the, like, then that creates a showcase. If y'all don't know, the NBA also, owns, NBA owners also own WNBA teams. Why would you want a part of your business to be successful and not the other part? If you bring these women up and you get them successful and you get them, you make more money. Duh. That's like basic. That's basic knowledge. Then, like, it's not about a man, female. Like, it's not always about man and woman. Like, just if they can shoot, shooters shoot. I don't want to hear that. And then, like, to the ball discussion. If y'all are bringing up the size of the basketball, that tells me that either A, y'all don't play sports, or B, y'all didn't grow up anywhere where people are really playing sports. Because when the girls who come out there and they're playing basketball with some of the men, they don't switch the ball. It's the same ball. And they still be out there shooting and they still out there hitting. So I don't know how much of a difference it'll make. Of course, it'll make a little bit of a difference. Or the counter logic to that. If you would have gave Steph the women's ball, does he still shoot a 29? Who probably not. That's what I'm talking about. So y'all need to stop. Like, for real. Like, bruh, it's not that serious. It's an exhibition. They pros versus pros. You can even, if y'all even want to here, I'll make it even something even cool or like better for all you people who complain about that. Let it be the men versus the women. There you go. Make it a 3-point contest exhibition, men versus the women. WNBA versus the NBA. And just leave it at that. What I will say is that y'all might be upset because I can tell that y'all don't watch any type of WNBA basketball. I'm not saying I sit up and watch the WNBA like that. I barely watch the NBA like that. But what I can tell you is that these girls, these women, they are very skilled and they can shoot. And y'all be surprised how much better some of these women can shoot than some of your favorite NBA players. That's what I'm gonna say about that. So knock it the fuck off. And let's be real. Give it a rest. The ball and like Kate, like nobody's simping, nobody's Kate. I'm just being real. Okay? And look, if your friends won't tell you, Haji will. I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it a buck. Let the women shoot a 3-point contest. That's where we at with that. Like, come on, man. Dunk contest. Mac McClung, 2-time in a row, back-to-back dunk contest champion. Shout out to him. I think that the dunk contest from last year was a lot better than the one from this year. Even the dunks he did, I just feel like the dunk contest in general, I think I've always been thinking, right? Like, what makes the dunk contest not impressive? Like, with like what makes it like not as popping as it was. Some people say, oh, just because the superstars aren't competing in the dunk contest and yada yada yada. It hasn't been like that in a while. Like the superstars haven't been competing in the dunk contest. Like even when Vince Carter was in the dunk contest, he wasn't a superstar. He was cold, but he wasn't a superstar. Even like Zach LaVine, he wasn't a superstar. Aaron Gordon, not a superstar. Still never will be a superstar, right? But that dunk contest was good. I'm thinking about these things, and I think I found the solution. They ain't, of course, they're not gonna listen to me. You know, maybe they will. I don't know, but I do have a solution for the dunk contest. Take all the props out. Take all the extras. Take all the antics out. I don't want to see like all the extras. Just do something creative. Not, oh, I'm gonna bring somebody out, put their jersey on, jump over them. Like I don't, I'm tired of like jumping over somebody is getting so played out. Is getting so played out. Like I don't want to see that anymore. I don't want to see people jumping over people. I want it to be just creativity. Somebody doing a 540, a circle and a half, or a 720 dunk, or like something that's like, yo, that's creative. That's acrobatic. Like I want to see stuff like that. I don't want to see um the shit we've been seeing where it's like literally all the same stuff. Somebody jumping over somebody, um, bounce the ball, catch a windmill, something like that's. It's starting to get lame. It's starting to get dry. Like I want to see something that we haven't seen before, or we just haven't seen in a while. And I think a way to keep it fresh would be to be, do take all the props out, um minimal props, and switch the dunk contest. Honestly, I just switch it with the 3-point contest because I think I don't know what's going on with the judges. I don't know um about the timing. I just don't know. I don't know. There were some dunks that were really well, so I don't know what they're looking for. I don't know what they're looking at. There were some dunks that were really, 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 really good dunks. There were some dunks that weren't as good, and the scores just didn't match. So I don't know what they're looking for. I think they prioritize making it on the first dunk versus completing the dunk in the allotted time in general, which I don't think is fair. Then if that's the case, just give them one dunk attempt and say, hey, look, if you miss, then you lose points, whatever. So I'm not a fan. But I don't think that there were any dunks that deserved a 50. Mac McClung's last dunk got a 50. I think they just did that to just be like, all right, look, he has a better dunk, so let's just send him home. Let's just end this. But I don't think it deserved a 50. I don't think any dunk. I think maybe Mac McClung, his first dunk when he like caught it, dropped it, picked it back up, and dunked it again. That might have been a 50. But other than that, like I don't think there were any like 50 worthy dunks. And I don't think there has been a 50 worthy dunk in a long time. So that's what I'll say about that. Just switch. Yeah, like just switch the fucking just switch the 3-point contest and the dunk contest. I would much rather just end the day off with that. With that being said, that is all I got on the All-Star weekend section of the podcast. The game is on Sunday. The game's today. I'm trying to get this out before the game starts. Probably watch the game on Kick or something. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be much more chill. Um, it was a good event though. The skills challenge. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me not forget the skills challenge. Let me not disrespect, because the skills challenge was kind of cool. I like they had a team all star first round picks, and then they had the Pacers. I'm pretty sure the Pacers won the skill. No, they did win the skills challenge, which was dope to see. Um, they really took like the pass. I enjoyed the passing challenge. That was cool. I thought they should do more of that. The team based skills challenges. That's fire. That was a W. In that, throw a WNBA team. Throw the top. Throw some 3 skilled superstar caliber WNBA players in that. Make them a team. So you can have 4 teams. It's not a big, or you can have 3 teams or whatever. It's not a big deal. Y'all can do that. Y'all can make that happen. It won't take that much time. Like just, I think for me at this point, if the business model to grow the WNBA, as by default it grows the NBA. It grows, the NBA owners' pockets. Incorporate the WNBA into the All Star Weekend a little more. Like, of course, they can't do the dunk contest, right? Like, of course not. That's not what I'm saying. But those skills challenges, the 3-point challenge, all that shit, put them in there. Or let the women have their own 3-point challenge. Fuck it. The dunk contest is lame anyway. Yeah. That's so funny. Nah, don't take it. Don't take it. Because we might miss some stuff. But it's all good. Pivoting on. No pun intended. We're going to pivot to NCAA. The football game is coming out. Let's go. Let's go. I'm hype about that. I didn't really play. I don't even know why I'm hype about it. I really didn't play a lot of NCAA games coming up. I played a few, but when they were gone, I'm like, dang, that was a good. Just thinking about all the features that the game had and all the things that were there. Like, y'all already know me. I'm playing with the Buffs, the Colorado Buffaloes, baby. Shout out to Prime, shout out to Shadur, Shiloh, all that. So that's what I'm gonna be using when that game drops. I'm gonna be on that for sure. Um, that was just my little quick add-on. I just had to throw that out there. I just had to throw that in there, slide that up in there. Let me think, let me think, let me think, let me think, let me cook, let me cook, let me cook, let me cook. No, I'm just kidding. Let me stop. All right, streaming. Let's talk about streaming, right? It's important to us because we are in the streaming space, whether we're streaming it for a podcast, gaming. Y'all know I do everything over here. If y'all watch anything, y'all know I do everything over here. We do podcasting. I've done reactions over here. So all this shit matters to us, right? Casanat, I'm pretty sure 3 times streamer of the year. I think 3 in a row. Shout out to him. 3 times, whether it's 3 times period or 3 times in a row, he hasn't been streaming that long. But shout out to him. Shout out to Kai for doing his thing. Um, like it's a big deal, especially for 2 reasons. One, breaking molds, kicking down the doors for streamers, what it looks like, what it is to be a streamer, what it like, what a streamer is completely in general, what it means to be a streamer, how you can present yourself, how you can speak as a streamer. He has changed all of that stuff where it's okay to be yourself. So shout out to him for breaking all of those barriers, kicking those doors down, becoming one of the best streamers on the planet. Like, I know a lot of people hate on him, you know, but the proof is in the pudding. The reality is that the All Star Weekend. Let's use that as an example, right? And I hate to bring this back up again, but not hate, but you know what I mean. Backtracking into the All Star Weekend, Kai was all over the All Star Weekend. He was in a celebrity game. He was in Jaylen Brown's dunk because Jaylen Brown is all the way tapped into the streaming world. He was all the way in. So like y'all gotta understand that like maybe some of these older people don't know who Kai Cenat is, but a lot of younger people truly know who this man is. So it matters. He's everywhere. He's an icon. He's a draw. Like no matter if Kai Cenat does something, he has a fan base of at least 60 to 70,000 people who will just do it, just watch, just because they see his face, because he's there. That's what Kai got going on. And if you're doing something big, it's a lot more. So that's important. Shout out to him for changing the streaming platform, changing the space. Um, he has set a precedent, like he has set a standard for like streaming that like you can't just sit here and just be um a lame ass streamer and think you're gonna blow up. You gotta have some content. You gotta have a personality, and you gotta show yourself. Like the old days of like sitting on controller and be like, oh yeah, thanks for the follow, appreciate you. Oh my god, oh knocked them down, appreciate the follow. Like that lame, dry interaction with the chat and the community. That's not gonna fly no more. That's out. People want to see. You don't gotta be jumping up and dancing around all day, but you gotta be a personality and you gotta be yourself for sure. Otherwise, people aren't gonna watch you. That's the truth. Um, you know, and shout out to not only Kai Cenat, but the AMP group as a whole. I hope one day they do see this part right here. I hope that AMP sees this, or whatever, and just say thank you personally from me to y'all. Thank you. I've been watching their content as a group for years individually, and then seeing them all come together and make something bigger is just awesome. It's amazing. It honestly was the drive that got me back into doing content. Phantom, you doing your big one with the GTA RP. Um, Shout out to the troop. Shout out to the fleet. That's those are just all around W's. If it wasn't for them, I dead ass don't think I would be back doing content again. I had to go back, study the game tapes, and I had to study what other people are doing and what's successful. And those people, AMP, so Agent, Phantom, Kai, Duke, Davis, even Chris. Like Chris, I don't know. Chris is underrated. But like people like that definitely fueled, relit my fire for streaming and creating content, because I know that I can do it, and I can do it my way. I don't have to do it anybody else's way. I don't have to look. I don't have to talk. I don't have to speak like anybody else. I can do it my way and it works. That's it. So appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all. That's what I will say. Um, they're just doing damage. Like they just doing true damage. Damn, my headset that died. Just died. It's okay though. Trying to see. Let me see if I got any questions really quick. Oh, no questions. Okay. All right. Good shit. Before we round out and we close out the podcast today, I just want to say fast food is not hit anymore, man. Fast food really does not hit like it used to. You feel me? It just really don't smack anymore. It used to go crazy. I used to love just going out trying different types of foods, but like lately, like the fast food has just not been smacking for me. So I probably from here on out gonna be just eating at home, trying different dishes, looking up stuff on TikTok, YouTube, etc. on how to cook like special dishes, or like or even like whatever specialty dishes. I don't know, but I think I'm gonna be cooking at home a lot more. I'm just not feeling the the fast food. It's just not hitting, and the shit's going up in price. So it's like the food quality is going down, but the price keep going up. So like, look, it ain't gonna work for me. So I'm gonna have to stop, doing that. Well, I've been stopped, but it's just really not. It's just really not hitting. It's just not hitting, dog. Like it's just really not hitting. If you got little ones, I know they love the McDonald's, they love the chicken nuggets, the French fries, and all. Like, it's not for me no more. I don't know. I'm kind of over it. Kind of over it. Um, yeah. Let's go. That's it. This a little bit, a little bit on the shorter side for the podcast. Only about 35-ish minutes. But look, I'm not gonna keep y'all here too long. That's all I got for today. Make sure if you see this, subscribe. We trying to kick down doors, we trying to break down barriers. Subscribe. Let's go. Let's get us to our special of 500 subscribers. I want to get to that. If I will do five, if I get 500 subscribers on YouTube, we'll do some type of giveaway. It'll be something small, but I just want to do a little giveaway to my community, the people who show up, people who pull up, people who are active. I will do a giveaway for y'all at the 500 special. Um, and then I'll do some type of like story time type video for that. Go to my kick, hit the follow button there. Trying to get to 75 followers so we can get affiliate, so we can get the train rolling on that. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what y'all think. Tell me what y'all think about the changes to the WNBA. Tell me what y'all think about some of the changes for the All-Star weekend. And I am going to end it here. Again, I'm probably most likely gonna go live in probably about maybe about an hour or so on Kick. I'm not gonna do it on YouTube and I'm not doing it on Twitch, but I will be live on Kick doing the All-Star game. So I'll catch y'all later. Bye.